Well, what's going on, everybody? Porky here, and today I'm doing the Hunger Games simulation website thing, and I decided to put up a bunch of Minecraft YouTubers against each other in the Hunger Games. If you don't know what the Hunger Games simulation is, it basically plays through the Hunger Games, but you can pick who you want to be in it. I'll go through all the districts. There's a link in the description to this website, by the way, if you want to try it yourself. But District 1 is Technoblade and Dream, the rivalry / friendship. District 2 is Sapnap and George, the less cool version of these two. District 3 is Mumbo Jumbo and Grian, the Hermitcraft district, I guess. District 4 is the greatest YouTuber ever, and the worst YouTuber ever. I'm just kidding. Procraft and the greatest YouTuber ever. District 5 is Skeppy and Bad Boy Halo. Yeah, we're District 6 is Wilbur and Phil. Phil's a Minecraft. District 7 is Mr. Beast and the worst Mr. Beast member. District 8 is IBX Toycat and Grox. IBX Toycat didn't really go with anybody, and neither did Grox, so I just kind of put them together. District 9, the rest of these are pretty much OGs. District 9 is Stampy and Squid. District 10 is DanTDM and Dr. Trayor's. The images I tried to go for a theme with the images. I couldn't with mine because I just really thought this image was funny. But when it comes to the older YouTubers, there's not as many high quality images of them, so I had to put in these random ones. But next is DanTDM and Dr. Trayor's, who isn't a YouTuber, but it just makes sense. District 11 is Popular MMOs and Jen. District 12 is Exploding TNT and Pink Sheep. Those are the districts. I'm just going to jump straight into it. I'll be honest, I've never done this before, so I'm just going to hope. Standard. What do I? Proceed. Okay. Here we go. Alright, as the tribute stands on their podium, the horns sound. Squid severely injures Technoblade and leaves him die. Isn't there a way to Okay. Grox rips a mace out of Bad Boy Halo's hand. What? Okay, let me redo, because the images on top go with the sentence on the bottom. Squid severely injures Technoblade and leaves him to die. Technoblade dies in the first one. That's sad. Okay, Grox rips a mace out of Bad Boy Halo's hands. I don't know if Bad Boy Halo died or Grian found a bag of explosive. That's kind of frightening. Procraft runs away from the cornucopia, as usual. Coward. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. I'm not mean to him on purpose. We're friends, and I do it as a joke. Please. Skeppy runs away from the cornucopia. Sapnap and Exploding TNT all run away from the cornucopia. Mumbo Jumbo snatches a bottle of alcohol and a rag. I guess he's making like a Molotov. DanTDM runs into the cornucopia and hides. Phil grabs a shovel. Pink Sheep runs away. Wilbur runs away. Popular MMOs runs away. Porky or me stays at the cornucopia for resources. Exactly. Don't run for fear. You gotta stay and collect the resources. Stampy runs away. Dr. Trayor's clutches a first aid kit and runs away. Okay. Carl runs away, of course. Dream gathers as much food as he can. Jen takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia. I guess that's what that is, a sickle. George runs away. Mr. Beast runs away. IBX Toycat fell into a frozen lake and drowned. That's interesting. Proceed. Okay, this is still day one. TNT. Wow. The duo attacking each other. Exploding TNT attacks Pink Sheep, but she manages to escape. Oh, I forgot to reset female and male. Some of these people are going to be female. Okay, Popular MMOs, it shouldn't be that. It really doesn't matter. They only use it for pronouns. Popular MMOs receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Dream fishes. Jen practices his archery. I really should have fixed that. Mumbo Jumbo questions his sanity. George makes a slingshot. Procraft camouflages herself in the bushes. I don't know how you could camouflage with the all black. Stampy receives an explosion from an unknown sponsor. Imagine Stampy with an explosive. Bad Boy Halo receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Fields tried to spear a fish with a trident. Wilbur is unable to convince Grox to not kill him. What? So Wilbur dies because Croc's killing him, I guess. Dr. Treyas and Carl hunt for other tributes. Porky, me, Skeppy, and Mr. Beast hunt for other tributes. See, we work together as a unit. Sapnap receives fresh fruit from an unknown sponsor. Dantiem, Squid, and Green hunt for other tributes. Okay, so they've got some gangs forming up, I guess. Proceed. Hunger Games. Fallen tributes. 3 cannon shots heard in the distance. Technoblade, IBX, Toycat, and Wilbur. Rest in peace. What does this mean? See everyone's status. Alright. This is the status. Technoblade, Wilbur, and IBX, Toycat. They're gone. Proceed. Sapnap screams for help. George and Dantedium run at each other and decide to truce for the night. Stampy and Procraft huddle for warmth. Well, I mean, I guess Stampy has a lot of fur. I'm sure that would keep you warm. Skippy starts a fire. Grox and Carl talk about the tribute still alive. Squid questions his sanity. Mumbo Jumbo questions his sanity again. Everyone's going crazy. Phil tends to Jen's wounds. Simp. Pink Sheeps attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Bad Boy Halo lets Porky enter a shelter. So Bad Boy Halo lets Porky into his shelter. Okay, I appreciate that. Green and Mr. Beast run into each other and decide to truce for the night. TNT climbs into a tree to rest. Dream defeats popular MMOs in a fight, but spares her life, or his life. Yeah. Dr. Treyors thinks about winning. What a Chad. Proceed. TNT begs for Grox to kill him. He refuses, keeping TNT alive. That's not something Grox would do. Stampy receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Phil makes a wooden spear. Skeppy dies from thirst, rest in peace. Mr. Beast collects fruit from a tree, and George searches for a water source. Me, Dream, and Procraft unsuccessfully ambush popular MMOs and Carl and Jen, who kills them instead. We got like 3 good... I know I'm going to sound boastful, but we got 3 good PvPers next to 3 who aren't known for that. How did we lose? That's sad. I'm dead now. Bad Boy Halo sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Probably a good choice. Green attacks Pink Sheep, but she manages to escape. Squid attempts to climb a tree but falls on Mumbo Jumbo, killing them both. What? Dantedium is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Oh, hopefully he didn't die from that. Dr. Treyors searches for firewood. Sapnap searches for a water source. Proceed. Okay, well, Skeppy, me, Dream, Procraft, Squid, and Mumbo Jumbo, we all die. Rest in peace to all these. Rest in peace to myself. 6 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. This is everyone's status. Look, there's a lot of people dead. Entire districts are just gone. Wow. Well, specifically, the two most stacked districts as far as PvP goes just got utterly destroyed. That's sad. Okay. Proceed. Green lets Mr. Beast into his shelter. Stampy sets up camp for the night. Sapnap tends to Bad Boy Halo's wounds. I guess that makes sense. George questions his sanity. TNT, Grox, and Jen track down and kill Dr. Treyors. No, the most powerful one is dead. Look at what you've done. Phil sets off an explosive, killing popular MMOs and Pink Sheep. Wow. Dantedium cries himself to sleep and Carl quietly hums. I don't know if I want to be humming. People would know where you are. Sapnap kills Carl with a sickle. Interesting. Green practices archery. Stampy searches for a water source, even though he got fresh water from a sponsor, I'm pretty sure. Mr. Beast stalks Jen. Whoa. That, given the gender, sure, that's kind of interesting. TNT receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Phil begs for Bad Boy Halo to kill him. She refuses, keeping Phil alive. George receives clean water. Grox severely slices Dantedium with the sword. So does that mean Dantedium died? He did. No. Wow. Dr. Treyors, popular MMOs, Pink Sheep, Carl, and Dan. 5 cannon shots can be heard in the different distance. District 10's knocked out. 1, 4. Wow. The only districts that are like fully alive is 2. And unless I'm just blind, yeah, just 2. Proceed. Night 3. Stampy is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. No. Well, I mean, you got fur. George tends to TNT's wound. Jen thinks about home. Bad Boy Hello sets off an explosive, killing Grox and Phil. Wow. Mr. Beast receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. I'm sure he's got plenty of sponsors. Probably like Honey or whatever his other ones are. Raid Shadow Legends or something like that. Green begs for Satnap to kill him. He refuses, keeping Green alive. Hunger Games. The Feast. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, and weapons. And memoirs from the tribute's families. I think, yeah, that's memoirs. Alright. Jen, so it's like letters. Makes sense. Jen and Green get into a fight over raw meat, but Green gives up and runs away. If I was still in this, I would just raid the cornucopia like Sky Wars. That'd be funny. I guess he just decided he didn't want to die from that. TNT decided not to go to the feast. That's the worst decision you can make. I mean, I know it's like scary, but like you gotta go. At least get the scraps. Mr. Beast decides not to go to the feast. George convinces Sapnap to not kill her. To not kill him. So Stampy's about to kill George. George says, "Please don't kill me." Stampy says, "Okay." Then George kills Stampy. Sad. Bad Boy Halo kills Sapnap with his own weapon. Proceed. Okay, there's only a couple people left. George is pricked by thorns while picking berries, so George is dead. That's what he gets. Jen, Mr. Beast, TNT, and Grind raid Bad Boy Halo's camp while he is hunting. Does that mean he died? No, he didn't. Here's the fallen victims: Grox, Phil, Stampy, and Sapnap. It's looking a lot more bleak. District 1, 4, 6, 8, 10, 9. A lot of districts are gone. Proceed. There's only a couple people left. Bad Boy Halo thinks about winning. George poisons TNT's drink. He drinks it and dies. George is... Jeez. And apparently George didn't die. I thought George died. I must have read something wrong. Jen receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Mr. Beast goes to sleep, and Green climbs in a tree. Day 5. Jen repeatedly stabs Mr. Beast to death. Wow. Bad Boy Halo explores the arena. Green receives an explosive. George camouflages himself. Okay. The arena's border begins to rapidly contract. The storm. Thinking they could escape, Green and Bad Boy Halo attempt to run through the border together. Do they die? Jen trips on a tree and is unable to recover fast enough. Does that mean everyone died? 5 cannon shots. Exploding TNT, Mr. Beast, Green, Bad Boy Halo, and Jen, they all die. George wins. George not found wins. Wow. Placements. What does this mean? The bloodbath. Okay, these are all the people that died. This is the recap. I'm not going to read all this, but that was super interesting. Wow, George wins. Underdog, I guess. There at the end, I was expecting Jen to win, but they all just kind of died. And George was a menace. He, like, poisoned people. Like, people showed him mercy, and then they killed them. This is pretty interesting. Like I said, a link to this is in the description. Maybe I'll do another one with, like, different people, like celebrities or something. But until then, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.